Hello and welcome to Matchday Moments TV. I'm Evs. Today I've got Pierce, lifetime Arsenal supporter, season ticket holder. I'm going to be grilling Pierce on Arsenal so far this season, and let's see what he's got to say for himself. As it stands now, what are your expectations? What will you say we must achieve now from this position we're in by the end of the season?
Again, I think it's 100% top four. If, as an Arsenal fan, if we finish that side top four now, I think it'd be a failure. And I may start turning against Arteta, but I'm not sure. No, I probably wouldn't. I'll take that back. I probably wouldn't. But I think finishing at least second or third from this point onwards. Yep. Fourth, you could probably just about accept because there's not huge amount of difference between third and fourth. Still in the Champions League at the end of the day.
That cup run.
Cup run, yeah. I'd love to win the FA Cup again. We've won it the most amount of times. Everyone loves a visit to Wembley, don't they? Yeah.
So Man United, Arsenal Europa League final.
That'd be good.
Who wins it?
Arsenal, of course.
Arsenal
are the better team.
So, if United and Arsenal both finish top four and we get to that final, that'd be a great occasion.
It would do, yeah.
If one of us are not in the top four and we go to that game, I'm not watching it with you. I'll watch it on my own. I don't even know if I'll be able to do a watch along to that. I'd have to get my Man United tie, get my suit on, get my tie on. What was your expectations going into this season for Arsenal?
Great question. Expectations this season was at least top four, because we finished fifth last season, and to be honest, should have finished fourth. We just lost it last few games of the season. So definitely top four. But you always hope that you can go further than that, challenge for second or third. I thought definitely with the turmoil at Chelsea and Liverpool as well, losing Mane, I thought there was a space for second. So I was hopeful we could challenge for second or third, but ultimately expectation is top four.
Is the Emirates ready for a title lift?
I think we are. We've not had one yet at the Emirates.
You were promised title.
I know, yeah. Well, we was promised to challenge Bayern Munich and the likes of Bayern Munich, like the super clubs of Barcelona. I mean, looking at Barcelona now, I think.
What about Man United?
Actually, since I think Arsenal won more than Man United recently, but yes, I think we are, but I'm not sure if it'll be this season. But I think over the next few years, we're going to be up there challenging hopefully every single year.
Yeah.
And it's going to be difficult to beat Man City with the players they got and their spending power.
At what point did you start believing that Arsenal were serious contenders this season? Because although you might say, nah, like we're not, and play it down, I know that a lot of Arsenal supporters, probably all of them, they don't want to say it, but they're thinking, right, we're in this. So at what point in the season did you start thinking that?
So, yeah, I think, again, Liverpool game was a huge game for Arsenal. Although, personally, I still don't think we're title contenders. My goal is to get to the World Cup top of the league. But I think a lot of fans, Arsenal fans and non-Arsenal fans, that Liverpool game was a huge job. Also going away to Leeds 1-0. Probably didn't deserve to win that Leeds game, 1-0, but we did. We dropped points against Southampton, which we shouldn't have done. So overall, 4 points out of those two games was probably a fair result. But certainly the Liverpool game and the two away games and then Nottingham Forest, it's just the momentum is building with Arsenal. But our squad depth isn't fantastic. So that's why I've got a doubt personally whether we can challenge. If we're top of the league going into the World Cup, then we come back from the World Cup and see how our form evolves after the World Cup. I personally will start believing around February time if we're still top of the league or second and close to Man City, assuming Man City are top. If we're close to Man City in February, then I will start.
Who do you think's been your standout performer? Who's your player of the season so far?
So that would be out of Saka, Partey or Saliba. So, but I think for me, Saka just wins that. But Partey and Saliba run in very close. Saliba's been phenomenal at the back, transformed our defence really. But at the moment, I'd say Saka because he's a bit of a goal scorer. They get all the applause.
Do you think that other teams now, and when I say other teams, I mean supporters, do you think they're treating Arsenal differently now? Do you think they see you in a different light? Do you think they're fearful? Whereas before they'd probably laugh and joke, it's only Arsenal.
Yeah.
How do you think other supporters now see Arsenal?
Yeah, definitely. Because we've changed our style of play under Arteta over the last year, so although we missed out on the top four last season, it's still a year of progression with sort of like firming up our way of play. We now press from the front. We go into the tackles hard. We're a horrible team to play against now. Arsenal are, so that's where we've changed quite a bit. I think teams now fear Arsenal, and I think Man City will also fear playing Arsenal as well. And Arsenal, they've now gone into a team where they shouldn't be afraid of playing anybody.
So far this season, you've had some great performances. You got turned over by Man United quite easily, quite comfortably, but you've beaten everyone else. Tell me about the game that you think has been the standout performance for Arsenal so far this season. If you can nail it down to one, or there might be one or two.
Yep, so it'll be one of either Spurs at home or Liverpool at home. For me though, probably the Liverpool one tops it. I mean, we've always expected to beat Spurs at home recently, but even so, the atmosphere and performances have been fantastic. But the Liverpool game at home, as you know, that you was there, the atmosphere was incredible, the intensity and the sort of nervousness in the crowd, because we hadn't beaten Liverpool for a number of years. Last time we did beat them was probably 4 years ago, and that was kind of unexpected. But this time we went into it kind of expecting to win and put up a huge challenge. And the game was going backwards and forwards, good chances both teams. But Arsenal thoroughly deserved that win, and it felt like the win when we played Liverpool felt like we'd turned the corner, and we could now beat the big boys, as it were, hopefully on a regular basis.
So sticking with the Liverpool game, because I was at that game with you, before that game, in my own mind, I said to myself, if Arsenal win today, I'll start taking them seriously. Is this a freak season for Arsenal?
No, of course not.
What makes you feel it's not a freak season? Convince me that it's not a freak season.
Okay, so it's natural progression from last season. We should have finished fourth, to be fair. It was our own fault we finished fifth. So I think as an Arsenal fan, finishing fifth, but should have been fourth last season, and the signings we made, you obviously want to go up another couple of places, so second or third. Generally, we've been a better team in most of our games we've played. It's not as if we've been the second best and then having freak results. We've actually played better than in the majority of games that we've played. So the results that we've won have been fully deserved. Maybe not the Leeds game. That's probably the only one where we won and we didn't deserve to win.
What do you think of your new signings this season? Run us through who you've signed and let me know what you think of how they've performed.
So, we've made some excellent signings this season. So, Jesus up front, Zinchenko left back, and Vieira, they're the main signings. So, Jesus has had a massive impact on Arsenal, centre forward. Hasn't scored a huge amount of goals at the moment. He's scored 5 Premier League goals. Really, looking at all the games, he should probably have had 10. He's missed a few glorious opportunities, especially against Southampton, where we could have won that game if we'd have put away 2 chances. He's made a huge difference in his technical skill, his attitude, his closing down players, winning the ball back really quickly and getting us back onto the front foot. Zinchenko, not seen enough of him really. You can see he's got quality and technical quality in left back, moving into midfield. Hope to see more of him in the second half of the season, as he's been out injured. But again, excellent signing, exactly what we needed for the squad. And Vieira, at the moment, he's a squad player, but again, you can see he's a sort of he's a Portuguese technician. As such, made a small impact at the moment, but you can see he's one for over the next couple of seasons. Again, very decent squad player.
Okay. And in terms of Jesus, a lot of people, myself and you included, will probably say he doesn't score enough goals. When a team is winning and your striker's not scoring, that's seen as acceptable.
Yep.
And people kind of pluck out, oh, he's doing this and he's doing that. The team's performing well, you're winning games, that's fine. But at what point do the Arsenal supporters start becoming frustrated that he just doesn't score enough goals? Because to get you over the line and turn you from what you are now into a winning team, every winning team needs a top goal scoring striker. So at what point do you think fans might start getting frustrated?
Okay. Some fans are already frustrated. If you look at Twitter, there are some fans that are frustrated at the moment. I don't agree with that yet. I think that time could be coming if he doesn't score tomorrow against Chelsea, or in the before the World Cup, for example, and we don't win those games. So where he should be the difference maker, score winning goals, that time will come. But the game against Nottingham Forest the other day, last weekend, he assisted 3 goals. So you can't really argue with that. He has been unlucky with some of his finishing. You can see he's snatching out, he's trying too hard because he's probably aware, he's probably put himself under pressure as a winner to score goals. But fortunately at the moment, we've managed to get through without him scoring the goals. But certainly, I believe over the next couple of games, if he doesn't score and we don't win, there will be some added pressure, and some of the fans will start questioning whether he's the right player for the team or whether he can do it across the season.
And just to sort of finish it up, what's your thoughts on Man United this season so far?
Right. So I know we've got different opinions about Ronaldo. I know you think Ronaldo should be starting every game, and he's still a great goal scorer. My opinion is he's no longer a great goal scorer, and Man United a better team without Ronaldo. I know we have a different of opinions there. But Man United as a whole, I think I can see signs under Ten Hag that they're adopting his sort of style of play, although I'm not quite sure what that is, but I can see it's...
Well, his style of play the other night was put Harry Maguire on up front and knock long balls to Maguire to nod down to pick up feed off the scrap. So it's not looking sexy.
Yeah.
For me personally, I don't see much difference in us to under Ollie or under Rangnick. The league position says otherwise, and that's what you go by at the end of the day. But the Ronaldo thing, not playing Ronaldo, is just baffling to me, because if you give that guy the chances, he'll score. And I see supporters on YouTube everywhere saying, all we need now is a goal scorer. You've got like the GOAT sitting on the bench. Why is he not playing? And since he had that little moment where he walked off the pitch, he started the last 3 games.
Yeah.
He's played the full 90, I think.
Yeah.
So how have we gone from him not being able to get in the team to him now playing 3 in a row?
Yeah.
Ten Hag definitely doesn't pick a team based on the opposition like he says he does. He doesn't. Because that's why McTominay stayed in the team for so long, and Casemiro's getting splinters in his arse on the bench, and he can't get in the team ahead of
Casemiro. I think he's a good player. I think
he's looked okay so far. He's
obviously needs time to adapt, but I think he'd be a good player for you.
Yeah. What else are you thinking about Man United?
So Man United, I think again for them to finish top. I mean, they're close to the top 4, but they're not going to challenge this season unless Arsenal and Man City drop off significantly. But I think they're going to change the top 4. I mean, I think they're better than Chelsea. I'm not sure if they're better than Arsenal, Man City or Spurs. So I probably think they would finish 4th, and then Chelsea maybe 5th. So I certainly expect, which is an improvement. So you talked about Ten Hag. If you finish 4th, you can't deny that being an improvement on the last season, really.
Yeah.
So
league position will be an improvement. But
style of play may not yet be sexy, but you talk about Arteta.
Yeah.
It's only last season and this season you've been able to see his vision, as it were. Arteta started off by being very defensive and trying to sort out the core of the team, and now he's become more expansive.
I think with Ten Hag, the supporters overwhelmingly wanted Ten Hag.
Yeah.
So in my mind, he's a supporters signing. The club didn't go out and get Ten Hag off their own back. That was fan pressure. The fans wanted Ten Hag. They wanted the Ajax way. So that's what the club gave them.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see like a disproportionate amount of credit given to Ten Hag because of that. As I said, he's made a lot of bad mistakes since he's arrived at the club, and the first one was keeping Maguire as captain.
Yeah.
When you go into a new club, you have to stamp your authority, and the first thing he should have done was take the captaincy away from Maguire and give it, in my opinion, to Ronaldo. Because there's no other player in that squad who they can't even tie his laces as far as I'm concerned. Experience, trophies, mentality, ability. He tops, if you made a list of the top 10 qualities you need to be one of the best players or be a captain, tick, 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 tick. Yet he's gone into the club and he's taking instructions off of Maguire.
Yeah, I agree with you with Maguire. To me, he's like a clown. I don't think he should be captain. But I don't.
Would you have him at Arsenal?
Nah, definitely not. But I agree with some of your points on Ronaldo, but I think his ability is diminishing. So he's not the Ronaldo he used to be. Do you know what I mean? He's evolved into. But the way Ten Hag and Man United want to play, I think ultimately, I don't think there's a place for Ronaldo in the team.
No, that's fine if you've got the players, but we haven't got the players to play the way you want. So if you've got And Ronaldo, whatever anyone says, he's still one of the best box strikers in the world. He'll still bang 20. If he was at City, he'd probably be top goal scorer. If he was at Liverpool, he'd probably be up there, top goal scorer. And last season, he got 24 goals in like the worst United team of all time in the Premier League. So you don't go from that to being too old and finished. But we'll have to see what happens with Ronaldo, see whether he's off in January or not.
Yeah, so I suspect he may stay for the season. If certainly he started the last 3 games, if he continues starting or coming off as a sub at a decent time in the game, he probably won't want to move, and Ten Hag, it will look like he's happier with him and playing him. So he will contribute, but I don't think he's going to get the number of goals you're expecting him to get.
We'll have to wait and see. All right, there you have it. You heard it from the man himself.
Yeah.
Top Red. Tune into his YouTube channel. As I said, he'll be uploading some new material shortly for you. Thanks for the chat.
Cheers, Colin.
Best of luck for the
Mate.
season.
Cheers, mate. My handle is Top Red, so at Top Red. Subscribe and like my videos for some Arsenal content from the stadium, and also some lifestyle stuff in the future. Thank you.
And let us know what you think about what we've spoke about today. Questions in the comments section. What are your thoughts? What's your opinions on Arsenal and Man United for that matter? Let me know what you think. Hit the like, hit the share, subscribe. Over and out.
Be kind.